Panthers go up to New York City for Game 5 in a pretty important game nonetheless. Even if we were down 3-1 or we tied the series 2-2, it is still a very important game for the Florida Panthers. And they have done their job in Game 5 up in New York City at Madison Square Garden. As for the, for the third time this season alone, they actually go to MSG and actually win the darn game. And they beat them 3-2 in regulation, finally. No more overtime crap, at least not yet. But for the second time this series, the Florida Panthers did win a game in regulation, and both of the games, both those regulation games came at Madison Square Garden. And this is massive, because now we have an opportunity to close it out on Saturday at Sunrise, Florida. And still a lot of pressure. I still feel like this game is still a little bit ways from over, but they have a chance to close it out on Saturday at Sunrise as they recapture the lead in the series 3-2. Job's not done. Job is not done. But the way how they played tonight was absolutely encouraging to know. Bobrovsky on net going up against Shesterkin. And Shesterkin, yes, I do apologize. Shesterkin, there we go. It was trying to be the hero for New York Rangers. Just were not able to do so quite yet. Kachuk was trying to get something in. Shesterkin off the shots. New York was a little bit better in the first period alone. Losrain gets called for a slashing. Clearly. I'm not going to argue against that. Clearly slashing and breaking Wenberg's stick. So that deserves a 2-minute minor. New York goes on the power play. There was a couple of shots on goal, which both of them were saved by Bobrovsky. And one of them was Kreider. Kreider gets a wrist shot, but that was saved by Bobrovsky right there. Penalty is killed off. Shesterkin go right into defense mode. And then Keandre Miller gets called for roughing on Tarasenko. There will be some scuffles there. And Florida will go on a power play. And that penalty is killed off. There was a shot on goal with Sam Reinhart with the tip in. That was saved by Shesterkin. And then there was one more shot on goal with Sam Bennett. That was a slash shot that was saved by Shesterkin. Stanley after that gets a wrist shot after the penalty was killed off. And that was saved there. New York trying to get this 1-0 lead. Just were not able to find one pass by Bobrovsky. Vintage Bob. Then we go to the second period, scoreless. Then as soon as the second period starts, Keandre Miller goes right back to the penalty box. He gets called for a trip against Verhaeghe. So Florida goes on a power play. We have one of the best power plays in history. Right? Wrong. Now, it seems though as every time, even though Florida is okay at power play, I still have to worry because I clearly forgot New York Rangers are one of the best shorthanded teams in the league, and this is no different. As finally we have Chris Kreider scoring this goal and gets his first goal in this series alone, and this one just wasn't great to do that. It was bad. First off, it was taken away by Kreider. They give it to Zibanejad, and then back to Kreider for a backhand. And it was a filthy backhand. What are you supposed to do? First off, you're on power play. You can't allow a giveaway like that, or allow them to take away the puck like that, because otherwise you're in serious trouble, and that right there is what happens. Zibanejad gets his 12th assist of the postseason, and Chris Kreider gets his 8th goal of the postseason, his first in this playoff series. Series alone against the Florida Panthers. And, it doesn't matter now, but, geez, at that time, that was just an absolute stinger. And to make matters even worse, more shorthanded chances, which was true, but right when the penalty ended. And then after that, Okposo gets called for a tripping against Adam Fox, so New York goes on a power play. Then the fight broke loose with Gustafsson gets Mikola gets called for goalkeeper interference against Shesterkin. I can accept that, but then Gustafsson had to rough up Mikola, so both guys go in the box, and I'm thinking in my head, this is gonna be a freaking 5-on-3. We're gonna be some serious shit. Well, Gustafson gets called for a rough, so they both go to the box. And it will remain a 5-on-4 power play for New York. So nothing changed. No 4-on-3, still 5-on-4. I'm kind of shocked they let that be a 5-on-4. Anyway, the penalty is killed off. New York was a little bit better, but then Florida woke up as they were finally able to get one. Aaron Ekblad with the assist, and Sam Bennett with his 4th assist. An absolute filthy, oh my goodness, just an absolute filthy pass by Sam Bennett. Basically, he's going up the New York's offensive zone. Or defensive zone, our offensive zone, whatever you call it, who cares? He was looking this way, right? Here he is, looking that way, making, looking at that direction. But he sees Forsling in the corner of his eyes, and makes that spectacular pass to Forsling to create a backhand opportunity for Forsling, and that goes right by Shesterkin to tie this game 1-1 in the second period. That's his 4th goal of the postseason, and my gosh, he's going to stick around for 8 more years. Forsling, I love having him here. But my gosh, Sam Bennett with that no-look pass to Forsling, and that ties the game 1-1. I'm happy about it. Then Trouba gets called for holding the stick on Lundell. That's an easy call to make. And, of course, Trouba goes right back to the penalty box each and every game. Florida goes on a power play. That was killed off. Nothing to say about this one. There was only one shot on goal, which was the end of the... Which, actually, I don't even think they even have a shot on goal. Let me double check right here. No, they did not. This was after. So, terrible power play. But Florida almost making it 2-1 with Matthew Tkachuk bunch of times with the backhand, wrist shot, Sam Bennett, slap shot, wrist shot. Actually, both of them were wrist shot and gets blocked by Lafreniere. Shesterkin had to be a motherfucker. Had to punch Matthew Tkachuk out of the way, or like get him away. I'm like, really, dude, really? You're gonna have to punch someone like that? I don't know, man. Anyway, that should have been 2-1 Florida right then and there, and it was almost 2-1 in the third period as well. Anyway, Shesterkin was trying to play defense. He was, and we go to the third period tied 1-1. There would be some scuffles there and there. Some fights broke loose. Third period stumps along. New York comes out swinging, but Florida, one of the best third period teams in the league, and it's pretty much been all Florida Panthers in the third period. New York has some chances, but Bobrovsky, well, he's Bobrovsky. Has some shots in by Lundell, Tarasenko, Ekman-Larsson getting a hit on Trocheck. Sam Bennett with some chances. Then Mikola gets called for a trip against Kakko. And New York goes on a power play. And Chris Kreider, oh my gosh. Almost making it 2-1 for New York. That hit above the crossbar. And I was like, whew, that was close. That was close. Wenberg almost gets one. Kreider almost got one with the tip in. But then after that power play alone, we have a goal. Assisted by Los Sorian. That's his 4th assist of the postseason. Off the wrist shot is a go-ahead goal. Anton Lundell with the wrist shot to make it 2-1 Florida halfway through the third period. And Florida takes the lead to 2-1 over the New York Rangers. So, big goal already from that point on. Then New York starts to come out swinging. Panarin's trying to get one that was saved by Bobrovsky. Lindgren with the backhand, saved by Bobrovsky, huge save. And then Fox tries to get a backhand that was also saved by Bobrovsky. Then Barkov's trying to make it 3-1 with the backhand, a wrist shot that was saved by Shesterkin. And at that point alone, by that point, New York had no choice but to do an empty net strategy, so they had to pull away Shesterkin off the ice. And Florida, well, the only thing left they have to do is try to seal this game with the empty netter. And Sam Bennett has the puck, and yes, I know there was a little bit of the contact with Savannah Chad. I know, I saw it. I saw it. If you want my comment on that, I'm saying maybe don't do that because they're gonna come out angry in Game 6. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Sam Bennett ultimately puts a dagger with the empty net to make this game 3-1 over the New York Rangers. 3-1 is pretty much a sealed done deal. Pretty much. And I say pretty much because they would try to get the offense back. 3-1 Florida. They look much more comfortable to end this game and go back to Sunrise being up 3-2 in the series. And then a minute after that, as things are looking great for the Florida Panthers, Shesterkin is back off the ice. And we have another goal, but it's not by the Florida Panthers. This is the New York Rangers goal, and it's Alexis Lafreniere. Another goal by Lafreniere. And this is where my stress comes back because they are capable of making some crazy comebacks. They're no stranger to it. So he was assisted by Chris Kreider. That's his 4th assist of the postseason. And Savage has 13 assists of the postseason. He tips one in for Lafreniere. I thought Savage had that for a second, but looking at the replay, yeah, it was clearly Lafreniere's with the tip in. And it's a good tip in too. But my anxiety, as well as much others, are brought back because New York is capable of making that incredible comebacks, especially in a short time. But thankfully, all they had to do is get that puck to the corner wall and have it stay there as much as possible. And that plan worked. The final score of this game is 3-2 Florida Panthers. As they recaptured the series lead over the New York Rangers, they were up 1, they were down 1, and they were up 1 again. Now, Game 6 is on Saturday for the first time, for the first time ever. The state of Florida has hosted a NHL game in the month of June 4 years in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, 4 years in a row. We have Tampa doing it twice. Was it twice? 2021, 2022. Yes, Tampa twice, and now the Panthers twice. So if you had 2 + 2 equals 4. So state of Florida, then they say, oh, Florida hockey doesn't work in Florida. It doesn't work in a tropical climate. Well, I hate to tell you this, but it clearly does. When you have the right leadership and the right tools, that's a good result. So there's that. When we look at the team stats, 37 shots on goal for Florida, 27 for the Rangers, 27 hits for Florida, 30 hits for Rangers. And one thing that is clearly, that mind boggles with the Florida Panthers, they're usually dominant. Well, I shouldn't say dominant, but they're mostly good in the faceoff wins. Not so much tonight. They only had 23 faceoff wins in New York with 12 more than what Florida has, and that's 35. 60.3. And yet the Florida Panthers still somehow won this game. 3 teams each have 3 power play opportunities. They capitalized none. There is a shorthanded goal, and I already told you this. That was Kreider, and that was that goal that should not happen if you had protect the puck more. 4 total penalties because one was a brawl. 20 block shots for the Rangers, 17 for Florida. Only 2 takeaways for New York, and one of them was leading to the goal. And only 1 for Florida. But the Rangers, they gave away the puck 12 more times than what Florida has given up, which was just 1. And stars of the game, 1 star goes to Anton Lundell with a go-ahead goal. Gustav Forsling gets 2 stars with that game-tying goal from the filthy pass from Sam Bennett. 3 stars. They gave it to Igor Shesterkin. I'm kind of surprised by that. In all fairness, he has given up 2 goals, but Bobrovsky also gave up 2 goals. But yeah, he doesn't get 3 stars. I guess because the amount of shots on goal that Florida has is what makes the difference. I don't know. I don't know. Either way, I'm not going to dwell on it. Florida Panthers have an opportunity to finish it off on Saturday, June 1st, ladies and gentlemen. Might be the day we can finally put it into the series and then go to back to Stanley Cup final for the second time. First time ever we do it in consecutive years. And I never got to say that. I'll never get to say this again. But consecutive years, that would be fun. But but that's not the Panthers mindset. The Panthers mindset is taking one game at a time, and they have the job to do on Saturday and try to finish it off. If not, oh boy, anxiety will build up for Game 7. So we're vibing, but we have to get it done in Game 6. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, folks. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for this one. If you have enjoyed this video, let's go Panthers. Hit the like button and subscribe for more content because Miami TG guys are back. And when you hit me right there with your favorite statement, you deserve just one more win to get to the finals. Just one more. And we can talk about the Stanley Cup finals again. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it. I'll see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.